Hello, Professor Hinerman. This is Shaun for your Comm 41 class, group exercise number 4. And my group consists of...
Odom Sar.
Robert Chandler.
Nancy Sim.
So my first question is, so who's responsible for her death?
Herself.
Because...
She's the one who got a lever, so her husband warned her not to go, and she still went.
Okay, Robert?
I think it's the husband's fault for hiring on that idiot.
Okay, and Nancy?
I also think it's the husband's fault because he doesn't know how to discipline his wife.
And you're kind of vindicative anyway.
Yes, I am.
Well, I also believe it might be her fault because she found a love. So the two people believe that it's either the Baroness's fault, and the two of you guys think that it's the husband's. So how are we gonna?
However, you're gonna agree it's one person
Are you
Yes.
recording
instead
now?
of being divided.
Yes.
Are you recording now?
Yes.
Okay. That's rusty. Yeah.
Okay, so
I think one of the first things we should do is figure out why we don't believe the other ones are. So, who's the friend again?
We have no clue who this
yeah.
friend is, but it is a friend.
It's a friend of the Baroness.
Yeah, but I mean, did the story make any mention of her, or is she just?
She just
typo?
needed help.
She just needed money from the friend.
No, she went back to the lover for the money.
No, she went back to the lover for help, but he says it's
Baroness returned to the drawbridge and I should approach.
the relationship is a romantic one, and he can't help her. So then she goes to the boatman, right? And he goes, I can't help you unless you give me 10 rubles. She doesn't have that, right? So she goes to the friend.
Rubles.
Right?
Yeah,
She goes to the
jeez.
friend and asks for money, but she says no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there is a friend. What do you know? Okay. So I'm wrong.
Yes, you are.
Anyway, why isn't it the friend's fault? I mean, the lady's obviously in distress. I don't think she's about to lie that she has an assassin on her ass.
Because maybe friendships back then weren't as valuable as now.
Okay, look.
Or probably they were poor.
Would you lend this guy $10 if it'll save his life?
I guess I would.
He's like, Nancy, please save me. This crazed man wants $10 from me, or else he's gonna stab me in the eye. Would you say, I don't love you that much, and just shoo him away?
Okay. What if I was poor or middle class and he needed $10,000?
I suppose it is all relative.
I don't have that $10,000. How do I get rid to Odom so he doesn't die? Do I fundraise for him so he could get the money? And
If you're a true friend, yeah.
Okay, so friend is absolved. Who else is there?
Okay, so now the boatman. Do you think he was responsible?
Oh, he was just trying to earn his rubles for the day.
Yeah.
Another day, another ruble.
Okay, the lover.
The lover is purely romantic. It's purely lust. She has a lover for the sake of loving because her husband probably doesn't love her enough.
So, because he gave in to his baser desires, he doesn't deserve any sort of blame in all of this thing? All he had to do was shelter her for another few hours until that madman froze to death inside of the...
Okay, so let's talk about the
sister's hair.
The Baron.
Oh, what about the Baron?
Do you think he was responsible for her death?
Oh yeah, sure. He's the one that hired on. He's the one that, well, let's use like a metaphor. He's the one that went down to the gun store, bought a gun, and used it to kill his wife. There's a lot easier things to do. He could have just ousted her. I mean, based on the just the wording of the story, Baron, Baroness, boatman, ferry, castle. If the woman's ousted by her husband, she doesn't have much of a chance of getting back up into her status, the one she has now. So he could have just let her go like that. He didn't have to go up and just kill her.
Yeah. Okay, now the Baroness. Do you think she was responsible?
What?
Was she responsible for her own death?
I do feel that she was somewhat responsible. I mean,
Because she was the one who found the love.
She invoked her husband's wrath. But I don't think that alone is enough to get her killed.
I know, it's just one stupid mistake, and now it's costing her life.
It is her husband. She consciously chose to disobey him when he said, I know you have a lover, don't go over to him.
Oh.
But still, she was...
It's like, if your husband tells you, don't go to that lover or I'm going to kill you, what do? You don't go. It's it's not an answer, like a dumb question, go, oh, maybe I should go, and I might get killed, but you know what? Maybe I'll take that chance. But if he's telling you something that's so obvious, wouldn't you just do it, not do what he doesn't want you to do?
So she's acting with the mentality of a 12-year-old.
Well, maybe she is 12.
If you're... Creepy. But anyway, if you tell a little kid, say, you better not go look in my closet, what the hell are they going to do?
Exactly the same.
They're just acting against the word just for the sake of being rebellious. I mean, still, you're not going to go out and kill that kid that does it. It's like, I told you there's a bear trap in that closet. You're not going to do something like that just to cause them harm and to teach them a lesson. This isn't even trying to help them along at all. This is just cruel.
Okay, and lastly, or do you have any more?
I'm good.
Anything to add? Okay, what about the madman?
He was just a tool. He was employed to do exactly what he was supposed to do. He was probably raised in a bad environment. He became a bad person. And you're just taking advantage of that.
So the madman was just a tool.
It's not really his fault, because...
Well, technically it's all his fault.
It is all his fault. The direct action.
Direct action was his, but it wasn't instigated by himself.
Alright.
Okay. What you really have to remember about this is that each and every person mentioned in the story is partly responsible. The boatman didn't believe her sob story because he's probably had a bunch of people run off on him. The lover didn't shelter her because he knew what his husband would do. The madman went up and stabbed her, actually killing her. The Baroness actually made the first mistake. The friend wouldn't give her the money because who knows why. The Baron's the one who actually hired him. They all did something, but what you have to really focus on is who was the most responsible. Who was the one, if they had done one thing different, there wouldn't have been a problem at all. And I think that blame really lies on the Baron. He's the one that actually set in motion the series of events that would get her killed. You think it's kind of strange that nobody thinks it's actually the madman that went up and stabbed her?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just seems like the obvious choice.
But everybody has like, well, it's your fault for not helping, and it's your fault for being stupid, things like that.
Now, it seems to be kind of like the same kind of argument of like, guns don't kill people, people kill people.
Mm-hmm.
The madman's the gun. Nobody believes in the guns killing the people. It's the other people that are employing the tool to help them.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it goes back to the Baron. He's the one that hired it on. He's the one that made this conscious decision. He's the one whose fault this is.
Oh, that's good point.
Am I winning yet?
I think it's the Baron's fault. He doesn't really give her freedom, so she wants to like disobey him.
Actually, you just know that he
I'm
was
starting
going
to
somewhere.
believe it's also the Baron's fault now. So Odom, do you think it's the Baron's fault for her death?
I see how, like, in a way, the Baron is at fault because he's insecure and he has to have his castle in the moat, have alligators in the river, and what else? All that stuff.
So divorce is always better than cheating.
Maybe he probably knew that she was going around cheating on him, so he couldn't man up and like confront her, so he had to hire a hitman, the madman.
You know what I was thinking?
So have we all agreed that it was the Baron's fault?
Yes.
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 Alright. Thank you.
You're
welcome.
welcome. My free shirt.